Hello, my name is Jodi Scholes. I'm your instructor for the MBLEx review course, and this, what you're about to watch, is a shortie. So it's an excerpt of class, and this is something they may not have taught you in massage school. It's the 7-step intervention model for inappropriate behavior. And in class the other day, many of the members said that their instructors had told them to ignore inappropriate behavior, ignore if a male client got an erection. No, no, no. No. So I'm giving you this excerpt so that you can watch it and have a tool in your toolkit, be aware of the best practices when it comes to a situation like this. So I'll be back with you after the class time. All right, see you soon. Finally, prevention of sexual misconduct. Talked a lot about this today, didn't we? You getting the idea? Don't have sex with your clients? Don't date your clients? Yeah. Don't sexualize the massage? Yeah. Massage therapists refrain from any behavior that sexualizes or appears to sexualize the client-therapist relationship. We recognize the intimacy of the therapeutic relationship, and that may activate the practitioner or the client desires that tend to weaken the objectivity and may lead to sexualizing a therapeutic relationship, and we avoid that. We recognize the intimacy of a massage, the sensual nature. What does the word sensual really mean? The word sensual refers to our 5 senses. Yeah. Now, we're not using that word typically to describe a massage to a client, but sometimes that client is receiving the work in a way that is a little confusing to their body. So we as therapists create an environment that is therapeutic and professional. We recognize, again, this is an intimate setting. People are taking off their clothes. We're touching their body. But this is a therapeutic setting. I want to empower you with the 7-step intervention model. Because yes, as therapists, we are setting a clear intention. We are not sexualizing the massage. But every now and then, our client does. And it doesn't happen that often. It doesn't. And I'll tell you why after I tell you what to do if it does happen. There's a reason it doesn't happen very often. And if you have a colleague who says, oh, this happens to me all the time, the problem is not the client. The problem is with the environment that therapist is setting. However, if your client loses their mind and tries to sexualize the massage, or if your client doesn't lose their mind, they fall asleep and they get an erection, what do you do? Okay, 7 steps. 1, hands off. You're going to take your hands off that client because something has just happened. They've made a comment. They have an erection. They're moving their hips back and forth on the table. Hands come off. First step. Second step, describe the behavior that you feel is inappropriate or you see, or repeat what you thought you heard. If someone made a comment, you can repeat what you thought you heard just by saying, I think I heard you say, hey, baby. Or you can describe the behavior that seems to be inappropriate. And it appears there's been a change in your body. If you're referring to an erection, there appears to be a change in your body. Tell me what's happening. So you describe the behavior and ask a clarifying question. There seems to be a change in your body. Are you uncomfortable? Then you're going to wait. You're going to wait for the answer. Be careful not to answer the question for your client. You actually want to sit in the silence because you want your client to answer. Don't answer for the client. Wait in the silence. It will be uncomfortable, but hopefully this will resolve what you think is an inappropriate comment or an inappropriate movement, gesture. So describe the behavior, describe the comment, repeat what you think you heard. Say, did you just say baby, baby, baby? Tell me what's happening. Oh, baby. I wish my girlfriend could, I wish my girlfriend could give me this kind of massage. Uh-huh. You're gonna step number 3, assess the answer. And at that point, depending on your comfort level, it may be a moment to educate the client. And if you can tell these clients are innocent or that the person in it, and also, by the way, there are 3 reasons, at least in the massage treatment room, there are 3 reasons that men get erections. 1, they're sexually aroused. 2, they have to pee. 3, they've fallen asleep. So number 2 and number 3 are unintentional. They may have to pee. In many of the places where you'll work, they've got a robe on the back of the door, just in case your female or male client has to, step out of the session and go to the bathroom. So you're assessing in step number 3, you're assessing the answer, and maybe it's time to educate the client that this is a therapeutic session. And with that comment, oh, I wish my girlfriend could massage like this. Hands off. Say, okay, I think I just heard you say you wish your girlfriend could massage like this. And then they're looking at you. Yeah, well, yeah, that would be great, right? It's like, yeah, this is a therapeutic setting. That's clear, right? Oh, yeah, that's clear. Okay. So I provide there. So in step number 5, I restate my intent. I provide a therapeutic session. Is that what you're here for? And then at that point, you get to decide, do you continue or you end the session? And then whatever you decide to do, you're going to document the situation. If you feel uncomfortable, end the session. They still pay in full. End the session. It is your spidey sense. It is your intuition that is kicking in that they are not receiving this massage in the way that it was intended. Okay, so the 7-step intervention model does every now and then come up on the MBLEx. What do you do if someone makes an inappropriate comment? The very first step, take your hands off. Ask a clarifying question. I mean, you can do this in 3 steps, by the way. Hands off, clarifying question, assess whether you continue or you don't continue. Probably the hardest part of this is to ask the clarifying question, right? Yeah. Most massage therapists tend to be introverts. They tend to not want to create, oh, let me just ignore it and I won't reschedule with him. No. You address the situation. Look, the guy might just have to go to the bathroom. The woman, might, be having a transference moment. When we can establish a professional environment within the treatment room, these things don't happen. Ask the clarifying question, wait in the uncomfortable silence, assess the answer, and whether or not you continue. I throw in a picture of a health intake form here. Why in the world would I do that? Because when you have a health intake form, that health intake form, in and of itself, the client from yesterday, in and of itself, establishes a professional environment. It's like, oh, why do I need to fill out that? You'll figure it out, right? You're good. When you go to the doctor's office, you fill out an intake form. When you go to the chiropractor's office, you fill out an intake form. When you get a massage, you fill out an intake form. Never mind all the safety and security things, it establishes a professional environment. When you review that client's health intake form, that tells them that you are now in professional mode. There exists a power differential in the treatment room. And you may see these two words on your MBLEx. But massage therapists are perceived to be experts. They know a lot about the body. Therefore, they have more authority. Therapists are in control. We give them directions on how to disrobe, how to get on the table. And because our clients have very little clothing on, there's a power differential that exists. We're in charge. We're moving that sheet around. They're trusting us to move that sheet around. How do we balance that power differential? How do we empower our client? Hey there, what'd you think? Did you learn something? Great. Then if you like this, you can click the link. For $7. You can buy the whole class. It's about an hour, 45 minutes, and it's yours to keep forever. So consider buying the class. My name again is Jodi Skulls. I'm your instructor for the MBLEx review course. The long version of this class is ethics, laws, regulations, code of ethics violations, avoidance of sexualizing the massage, professional communication. So you get a lot of other stuff in there, all under the category of ethics, boundaries, laws, and regulations. So hope you enjoyed this shorty, this excerpt, and I look forward to hearing your feedback in the comments. Please do subscribe, and hopefully catch you in a live class sometime soon. See ya.